It seems to be a very, very good camp place. Although, like people say, oh, Vegas and America and Florida and Spain and wherever else that I've used to train in the past, they were all fantastic places. However, I feel really relaxed and comfortable here, and like I say, I can just, if something goes wrong at home, I can nip home or see the kids if I feel a bit lonely or whatever. But to be honest with you, I'm up in my training camp house overlooking the sea there, and I could be anywhere. I could literally be anywhere. I've got zero distractions. Like Paris said, she hasn't seen me in a week and I live 2 miles down the road from her. Me and Sugar, I've only got me, Sugar and the cook in camp. That's it, nobody else. I don't want anybody around me because, let's face it, you still got COVID lurking. Season now for colds and flus and viruses and infections. And the last thing I need is a load of people around me to give me a cold. Even you guys here today, one of you could have picked something up and brought it to me. So I'm risking a lot on the line. And there's a lot of people who bought tickets and people who booked hotels and stuff. So I just don't want to let anybody down with me being not well.
As these training camps go on, you've got more stuff going on. Obviously, you've got your song coming out, you've got a book coming out. How are you finding balancing all those kind of media responsibilities that you have?
Any interview I can do on the phone, which is not a big problem, half an hour, 20 minutes, it's very, very easily done. It's not really been a problem. And to think like this is my 3rd book now, and then you got this song coming out for World Mental Health, like unbelievable. I've seen the video yesterday, which has not been released yet. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And then you got, obviously, I got a massive event coming at Tottenham. Going to be a 70,000 sellout with how many people it holds. I think it holds about 70 with the boxing, does it?
Yeah.
That's going really well, and it's a big event. So we're really looking forward to a nice December bumper event.
Sugar's basically a Morecambe native now, isn't he? He's spent a lot of time here.
He is. He loves it here, Sugar does. Why he loves it here? Because he's got that small town feeling, and there's no distractions, and everybody knows everybody. Sugar walks down the street, he's a celebrity. Random people from us, hey Sugar, hi man.
It's like home for me. Every time I come here, I stay at the house. I stay at Tyson's house. So yeah, the house on the hill, overlooking the bay. Very relaxing, beautiful. You know, I could sit out there for hours, watch the sunrise, looking at the tide rise and fall, rise and go down twice a day. And the sunsets are just so relaxing and nice, the colors and stuff like that. It's one of my things I like is the sunsets. I've had enough of the wild stuff when I was a bit younger, so enjoyed that. Glad I got it out of my system, and here I am now just relaxing and understanding, like, even to get up and go to the store, it's like, nah, I just rather relax. Me and Tyson pretty much on the same level. Like, we like to have fun, but we love to work. We love to work hard. We like to be better, to do better. You know, he wants to prove he's the best, and I want to be able to help him prove that he's the best by making him the best that he can be.
Does training Tyson kind of allow for you to have time to do that? It must take so much time from you mentally as well as the actual amount of time. You know, it must be really mentally consuming just thinking about what you're going to do with him next, right?
I don't know. That sounds like a riddle. I don't even think you know what you said. Can you repeat that question, please?
So you like
I'm
to...
joking.
Yeah.
Because I know you can't repeat it. But listen, when we train, it's just like we take it step by step. In each camp, I just watch him progress and get better and better. And I was really happy with the last fight with Dillian White when he took his time and got that one-punch knockout, which people, you know, always doubt, and we love the doubts, just so we can prove them wrong. But yeah, he's got that one-punch knockout power. Even though some people or someone, you know, didn't think it was a knockout, they thought maybe it was a push that rattled him, but it was a right uppercut.
I was going to say, because he was watching the replay in the changing room, and there was a small adjustment with his feet, I think, and he said that was something that you two have been practicing.
Don't be telling everything, all the secrets. Everybody's going to be looking at
that one's already
now.
done. It's not a secret. That one's. But
they forgot about it until you just said something. Now they're going to be looking at it again. It's about what he's learning now is how to make smaller adjustments. You know, we used to train, and I would be like, he would do something in the ring, and I'd be like, do that again. He'd be like, what? He's like, I don't remember it, because he was just doing stuff. He didn't remember it. So now he's learning how to remember and how to watch the opponents and how to set things up off of remembering of what they did from what he did, which may sound simple, him watching what he did. Remember what he did, watching them, creating something to recreate what they've done so he can get something to have a bigger advantage.
Now who's talking in riddles?
I just wanted to show you that I could do it too. And I don't remember what I said either.
Did you think he was retired?
Yeah, sure, he said it.
You believed him?
Why not? Listen, he, like everyone else, make decisions in life and they change their mind. So for the time he was retired, That's what he wanted to do. It's the same as somebody saying that they're on a diet all of a sudden, and then they go out to a nice restaurant and they say, you know what, the heck with it. A lot of the great fighters, they retire, and pretty much most of them really come back. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them, they still end up fighting and coming back because it's something that they love and, you know, can't get enough of. When we train, it's just like, I mean, I know his ability. I know what he can do. It's just putting those pieces together step by step. You can't, I don't expect to do it all at one time. I know it takes time. So we take it step by step. In each camp, I just watch him progress and get better and better. And I was really happy with the last fight with Dillian White when he took his time and got that one-punch knockout, which people, you know, always doubt, and we love the doubts, just so we can prove them wrong. But yeah, he's got that one-punch knockout power.
Well, what's different with the training camp for Chisora then? What are you focusing on differently? Don't give away the secrets, obviously, but it's a very different fight.
I'll give away the secret. It's simplicity.
Smooth.
Which makes it more complicated. But yeah, it's just making everything so simple. You know, why do anything extra? I'm always working on balance with Tyson. And that's with any fighter, because I just believe that balance is the key to all things that can happen. It opens up so many doors, which I watch in boxing, which a lot of fighters are off balance. They don't work on the basics. They want to do a lot of fancy things, but that's not the way. I mean, the way for me is simple, and it's getting the foundation and getting your basics together. Chisora is, I mean, he's a proven, what's his name, War? Yeah, so he's, yeah, that's what you're going to get. That's the biggest threat. He's not sitting down, laying down for anybody. He's always coming, and he's proved that over the years.
When he said he was retired, were you sad that you might not get that occasion again?
No, I've had it already. I wasn't even looking for that, the 94,000. I was happy with, you know, me going off into the sunset after he defeated Wilder with that 7th round knockout in Las Vegas for the WBC World Championship. I was happy with that. Listen, I'm happy with our relationship and the things that we do together and the goals that we have. And more important for me is him being happy. So when he retired, it didn't bother me. That's what he wanted to do. That was his choice. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with just him being happy as a person and being healthy.
As well, you can see it in the training, watching you guys train. Like, you're so close and get on so well, and you have this tight camp that training flows really easily. It's not like it doesn't seem like difficult.
We practice the same stuff day in, day out, but we have fun as well. It's not all gloom and doom and everyone's depressed in the gym, because it would be a horrible environment to be around. We all bounce off each other, and we've got Jimmy Harrington as well. He's another nutter like me. So we're all bouncing, and we've got Alan Savage up here, Babbage. He's another nutcase, so he fits in real well. It's fantastic. Fantastic environment, training facilities, everything's good. We've got a really good base here, and I just wish that I would have had it, like, say, back in, I don't know, 2014, 15, and continued with it along the way, but everything happens for a reason, and everything's supposed to be where it is, so I'm here. I thought I'd be retired now, but I'm obviously not. I'm still fighting 14 years in December as a professional, so it is what it is. I'm really looking forward to the Tottenham football ground, 2 stadiums back to back, and again, my old nemesis, arch rival, former Frank Warren protege. I get to fight him again in a trilogy and be the first heavyweight champion in history to complete 2 trilogies. Not that any of that really matters to me, because like I've always said, when I'm finished, I finished. I don't care what people say or what they thought of me or where they rank me in heavyweight dynasty. It doesn't really mean much to me, but as long as I'm active and I'm happy and enjoying my training, and we'll see how long the old dog can keep running for.
Do you think that break from boxing wouldn't have happened if you had this?
100%. I don't think I'd have had the breakdown if I'd have had this. Because during me low times, if I would have had a training facility local to me, rather than driving to Bolton where I was training, or driving to Manchester, it would have been a lot easier for me to come in here, let me steam out on the bag and whatever. And I may have handled it different. I'm not saying that I could have avoided it, because I almost knew straight away before the fight that I was going to have a breakdown. But I suppose everything happens, and you got to learn from everything and take it all in and just enjoy every moment. And all the experiences has been good, bad, or indifferent. I am now a better person from all the pain and all the anger and everything that's happened to me in the last 10 years. I feel like I'm a better person for it today, and I've really learned from everything that's happened. I believe I'm the best. We have the best camp in the world. Nobody can come close to us like 0 people, no matter how much high-tech equipment they've got, or how much money they spend on a gym interior or whatever, it just doesn't come close.
And none of them have Big Bertha either.
None of them have Big Bertha, which I think they're going to start doing it, aren't they? But then again, Big Bertha just wasn't my idea or Sugar's idea. Rocky Marciano, undefeated world heavyweight champion, had a Big Bertha back in the 1950s. Massive monster bag. So yeah, obviously Sugar was doing his research and he looked at Rocky Marciano and found out that the big bag is the key.
Talk me through the process of thinking you were done and thinking you were retired to where we are now.
I wanted to retire, and I said to Sugar, I said to everybody, Paris a lot, I said, this is it, one more fight. And I come back and had the opportunity to box at home. I felt I needed to give it to the UK fans in a way for such a long time. And then I really meant it, like, and I had a few months at home, walking the dog, picking up a lot of dog and taking the kids to school and doing the bins and normal stuff, weeding, weed killer, picking rubbish up and picking up the bins what the seagulls had ripped out everywhere, and that sort of normal life. It was enjoyable, but that normal life, I now know that I'm anything but normal, like an abnormal load, and I need to be always mentally stimulated. And even though it wasn't just doom and gloom, I was here in camp with Joseph Parker, none of that combined gave me the same adrenaline rush and the same feeling as training for another fight, one-on-one, el mono. There was Manuel Char, he was ready to rock and roll, and then there was sort of a lot of negative stuff about Manuel Char. So we thought, you know what, Chisora's just beat Pulev, he's top 10 ranked opponent. Let's do the trilogy with Derek. And then we went back and talked a little bit more money with Derek, and we finally got it over the line, and here we are on December the 3rd. Derek stepped up to the plate as he always does.
How's this one going to be different from the first 2 fights?
I think he's a lot older and I'm a lot older. It was 14, it was 8 years ago. We've both changed as fighters, and I don't think that with me and Chisora, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a good fight, and he's going to come and bring it, and so am I. So anything can happen in there, heavyweight boxing. Knocking them out free for free so far. We're on to SugarHill. It's just like, well, all these other guys have fought Chisora recently, like Joe Parker and Usyk and Pulev, and they're top 10 guys, top 5 guys. And they didn't get him out of there, so if I can get him out, it makes a statement, doesn't it, to say, look, this is basically how you do it. I think that Chisora is going to hit the canvas for sure. I've never ever shied away from an opponent in my life. Like, the biggest puncher in history, I fought him 3 times in his own country. Went to Germany to fight the second longest reigning champion in history, in Vladimir Klitschko. So all these fighters, whoever they are, bring them on, because I ain't going anywhere. I'm holding for quite a long time, and at the moment I feel unstoppable. I'm the WBC lineal heavyweight champion of the world.
You've already done the trilogy.
Yeah.
Hardest puncher of all time.
Yeah.
Looks like he might be a fight or 2 away from being back on the scene.
He's only 1 fight away, actually, because the WBC ordered number 1 versus number 2, Wilder versus Ruiz, for the final eliminator to fight me again. That fight could happen early next year between them two, maybe February or January. I know Al Heyman likes to put fights on in January even.
Top 5 heavyweights of all time, and where are you going to rank when it's all said and done?
I don't really care about all that stuff, because whoever ranks these top 5 heavyweights of all time, it's only somebody's opinion, and opinions are like everybody's got one, and that's a fact.